In today's resin art video, I'm going to make this little display tray slash mantelpiece. Then I also made some soap trays also. They'll be coming up here in just a second. But this one I used some inks. I used P.H. Martin's, they have an iridescent ink. And then I also used some gold from ArtTree Creations on that, along with some Countertop Epoxy. These are little soap trays that I made. That has some ArtTree copper in it and some green pigment paste that they make. This just has a little bit more of the inks and stuff. And I left the patina on this piece because I kind of liked the way the patina looked. But yeah, I would just kind of call these like some soap trays or something. But yeah, they're pretty cool. But yeah, I went to the thrift store and just kind of shopped a little bit, picked up some trays. They had a pretty wide selection of stuff. Brought a whole bunch home. I got a pretty good spread for about 20 bucks. I'm like, man, that's a lot of stuff for 20 bucks. And here we go. It's coming up here in just a second. Where's it at? Oh yeah, okay, so here's everything, and I just kind of laid it all out to kind of show you guys what I got for that amount of money. So always remember the thrift stores, guys. You can pick up a lot of cool stuff there. And when you get these things, make sure you check them out too. That one's kind of wibbly wobbly. I had to bend it a little bit. I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence on that one. But this one right here, I think I'm going to do with some alcohol inks in a future video and resin over top of that. But yeah, you'll need some dish soap and some rubbing alcohol, some paper towels. Here's kind of basically everything that I had to use in this video. Gloves, alcohol, heat gun, Dawn dish soap, FX Countertop Epoxy, some P.H. Martin's inks. And I just wanted to show you guys this here real quick. These are the iridescent ones, and the pigment will kind of sit in the bottom. All you really got to do is just shake them up, and then it'll kind of get re-stirred and everything. So just wanted to show you that in the video. And I did use an airbrush on this to kind of blow the stuff around because it's smaller. You don't have to have an airbrush. You can actually use a straw or something if you don't have one. But yep, those are the colors that I used today. And all the mixing sticks and cups. I used approximately 6 ounces of the FX epoxy. You don't need a whole lot to do these guys. And then this is the ArtTree Creations pigment that I used also. And then one thing I also want to say too is when you're doing these, make sure to remember that you're kind of casting with it. You're not really painting with it. It won't flow over the edge. So the heat will stay in here. This part of the video, all I'm really doing is just kind of cleaning up the stuff with some soap and alcohol and just kind of getting them kind of prepped and ready to go. Just prepping it. But yeah, here we go. Oh, I wanted to show you guys the art room and some of my lighting. That's kind of my lighting right there, and then there's some other lights, and then that's just kind of my setup sometimes with my cell phone camera. I just move around the table and kind of look to see where it'll look best for you guys at. So that's what I do. Just want to throw that in there. Okay, so the video starts now. And I'm just putting the resin down. Mixed it kind of quick. Did get a lot of bubbles in it, so I'll be popping the bubbles here in just a second with the blowtorch. And getting it hot right now with my heat gun just to move it around. Just watching myself here, guys. So doing these voiceovers and stuff, I don't know what to say. There's like some parts in here where I shouldn't talk, some parts where I should, but I'm just putting it around. One thing I will probably do on the next one of these that I do is I'll tape the edges. I'll be honest, it wasn't perfect. There is some resin and stuff, and I think I'll be able to fix it up with a razor knife and kind of chip it off there and then polish it up. And I'm just showing you guys here the colors that I used in it, the inks or whatnot. Okay, so there I am popping the bubbles with the torch. And then I'm going to start to put all the products down here on the artwork right here. So I put down the blue ink first, and then I'll put down the purple ink, and then the kind of the jade colored ink, and then the ArtTree Creations gold pigment. And right here I'm just kind of heating it up and blending it around. And then since this was such a small piece, that's why I used my airbrush on it to push the resin around, because I'm like, oh, I don't want it to go up on the sides and everything. So that's why I use my airbrush. But like I said, you can use a straw if you want to also. All right, well, I'll be quiet. You guys can just kind of watch. So, all right, here we go. Oh yeah, and one more thing, like I said too, I don't know if any of you guys caught that earlier, but you got to remember, like with these thin little trays and stuff, and when you're adding all the heat to it, even like the same thing with the picture frames from a few videos back. Remember that you're kind of casting with this. You know, it's not going to flow over the edge, so it can't really dissipate the heat as much as it should. You know, like with like in a painting, or as much as you're used to, like with a painting. So I will tell you this: just kind of watch out when you're putting the heat in here and kind of looking for effects, and try not to overheat it. Just be real careful with your heat gun. Okay, I just wanted to throw that in there and make sure everybody kind of caught that. It's one thing I kind of learned. So, all right. Yep, let's continue on. Okay, so like these little soap dish things, I kind of wanted to change it up a little bit, and I just mixed up some ArtTree Creations, the green pigment paste that they have. So, and still the same resin, you guys. I didn't mix up any more resin. This is still just going off of that little bitty amount of resin that I had. And then that's that blue ink again, the blue iridescent PH Martins. And then I did mix up some of their copper. I had enough left over, you know, resin, because I broke it up in about 6 different cups. So I mixed up some of their copper, and then I moved the camera so you guys can kind of get a little bit better of a close-up on it. Just blew it around with my airbrush again, and then I'll put some heat to it here, kind of looking for some effects here in just a second. Okay, and this one here, I tried something completely different, you know, because I was pretty much running out of resin by this time, and I'm like, oh, I think I still got enough to fill it up. So I kind of just used everything that I had left and just kind of combined it all in there in the middle, and then just kind of blew it all around. One thing I did do with the copper is I kind of wanted to go for that patina look, so I tried another pigment to add on top of it, you know, to kind of add in with it for a different kind of little bit of a color. And I added it into the ArtTree copper. And watch right here, it's kind of cool because it made it like a grayish color, but even on top of that, still like when I heated it up, this is the color I'm talking about right here. I added some more pigment to it, a different kind of pigment. But this is what I found really neat and interesting about this ArtTree copper is right when I kind of heated it up with the heat gun, the other pigment that I added to it changed back to copper like immediately. It just kind of, you know, kind of separated itself right back out from the other pigments. So I'm like, dude, that's pretty cool. But it really wasn't the color that I was looking for. But I still learned something there, you know. I'm like, oh, that's pretty neat. So, yep, that's that patina one. I don't know if I'm too happy with it. Might not be a color combination everybody likes, but for a little soap tray or something to take to an art show, I think I could probably sell it, you know. But I'll be trying some different color combinations out on these things. So, okay, just wanted to throw that in there and kind of show that to you guys. I thought it was pretty neat. May not be the best looking piece in the world right there, but that was kind of neat how that copper pigment did that. So, that ArtTree stuff, guys, that stuff's awesome. Okay. Okay, so I took these pieces over to my mom's house. I'm just showing you guys my mom's front yard. This is some of the stuff that she makes. She makes some pretty cool stuff, you know. She's got that little Tin Man up there. I love that guy. He's cool. And then she's got some stuff that she used, you know, some old coffee cans to make and a funnel. And then I think she made some of that stuff up there too. But that Tin Man, he's pretty freaking cool. I like him. And she also makes these windmills and stuff. My mom's pretty creative, so the old Apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Okay, yeah, and then these lamps too, man. This is some crazy stuff that she makes. She goes out and she buys like old chandeliers and fixes them up, and then kind of makes some lamps out of them. They're pretty freaking cool, guys. I just thought I'd throw that in there. A lot of my friends like those lamps that my mom makes, so it's kind of neat. Okay, all right, back to the main part of the video. So that's kind of like how I, wanted to display those things. It's just kind of like that, like that tray right there on a display rack like that. And then there's another part of the video. Yeah. Oh man, that's an old flow painting that I did. Don't look at the top of it. Kind of missed it with some resin, but yeah, that's like on a mantle or something. Like how I would want the tray to be seen. Like what I would think people would do with it, and I thought it was pretty cool. So, all right, well, you could use it in vanity too to kind of stack some makeup and stuff on. But here it is again. Just kind of showing you again out here in the sun. And then I'll show you the soap trays again here. And yeah, hopefully you like this video. So if you guys liked it, please like and subscribe to my channel. And I will talk to y'all later. All right, happy arting, everybody. And enjoy your weekend. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.